What's up, guys? It's Tristan out with Channel AZ. I am out here near Riverside, Arizona, somewhere between there and Kearney, Arizona. I am on a original wagon road. You can see it right behind me. Actually, it looks better than most roads that I see, to be honest with you. So this is a wagon road, and this is the original highway that went to the original town of Ray, Arizona. And I think there was another town there called Sonora, if I remember correctly. What's funny is Sonora actually had more of a population than Ray did. The difference was Ray had the buildings and the infrastructure. But anyways, we're out here on a 70-degree day. It's really strange. It's actually been cooler the last 2 weeks here than it was in December. But yeah, we're out here just looking for some old cars and such that I got a lead on. We're just heading on down. So this is, like I said, the original road. And where we're headed is way up over that area. I've already hiked in about 1.5 miles already. So I got about another 1.5 miles to go. But anyways, really nice. Really nice day today. It was much nicer today than yesterday. Such, kind of wanted to speak with you guys on something, because as you guys know, have a lot of health problems. On April 4th this year, I gotta talk about this without getting emotional, but on April 4th this year, I almost died, guys, from my stage 3C cancer. I'm just so blessed to be here still. So blessed. I think about it every day. I was way too close for death, especially considering I'm only 43. I'm like crazy fit and everything. Anyways, we're just not enough gabbing. Just happy to be here, and I appreciate you guys a lot. Well, look at this. This is old. Look at this. They actually made the corral out of telephone poles. If that ain't old or what. Let's keep going. So a lot of you guys are like, Tristan, how do you find a lot of stuff? So sometimes I'll walk along these old wagon roads, and then what I'll do is I'll just come along these areas and just take peeks down in these canyons. A lot of times you'll find old remnants of stuff as well out here. And by the way, here you go. Here's a general idea for you guys. Just how big these are. You know, still going. Yeah, it's crazy. This is pretty strange to find. Check out what I just found. So I'm just walking along and I see something shiny. And there's a dime on the ground here. What's crazy is what year is this? 2018. So this is like fairly new. So someone must have just dropped this recently. Anyways, I think those cars are like somewhere right in here. Because we're starting to see remnants. That's a fender to like a 30s car. I'm starting to see more and more little pieces of metal, so that means somewhere up in here, there's definitely like a 30s car up here. We're back here up on the road. If you actually get back up in that mountain, up on the top, right on the other side there is an incredible mine up there that is full of so much stuff, including a gorgeous rock cabin that's still there. The roof's obviously gone, but yeah. So this is the roofing to a car. Looks like a seam. But you know what pisses me off? This type of stuff is the stuff that pisses me off. Dumping barrels? What were in the barrels? I hope there wasn't oil or gasoline and things in those. Also, you look just beyond the oil. There is remnants of a car right there. So we gotta be in the right area, I think. But I got something really cool to show you. There's a car right there. Okay, so we're in the right area. A hand-built, hand-stacked bridge and culvert right there. I mean, there's no cement there. That is all beautifully hand-stacked on this original old highway. Wow, see, this is the type of stuff that gets me excited, guys. And then if you look here, directly in front of me right here, this is all hand stacked as well, but it ain't anything like that. That is so cool. These definitely look like wood beams they would have used within the confines of a mine. The nails are round, so they're not square. But I mean, this is freaking cool. There's lots of stuff like this. As you head down the hill, there's lots and lots more old bridges. Also, I can tell you straight up, that road right there that comes down, that was the original probably wagon road, the original, because they, before the bridges and they had everything, they would have just had to cross the wash here and then come across here. Okay guys, we made it. Now this is cool. Super cool. But we have one problem. There's a bee's nest in the car behind me, so we'll have to see what we can get filmed for that. But I know you guys are gonna be pretty stoked about this. What kind of car is this? The cowl is still there, that's pretty nice. I'm hoping I can get 1.5 of these cars filmed before I get freaking attacked. Because behind me, that car has a bee's nest in it, and I'm pretty surprised I haven't been pegged yet. But there's the mounts for the wouldn't that be crazy if this was like a Packard? So you can see one of the tires is right there. The door to the car is right there. I think the one, yeah, it's a Chevrolet. I think it's a Chevrolet. It says Chevrolet on the grill behind me. But yeah, this is, so this one actually still has the interior in it. It was black. Make sure there's no snakes in there, so I'm gonna get close. So I got a funny story for you guys. On my way here, I saw a snake in the road crossing the road, and usually they're like rattlesnakes. And this rattlesnake and those birds with the red heads, what are they, buzzards or something like that? They were fighting. Because he was trying to eat him, but the snake was like, I'm not getting eaten today. And so when he'd turn around and try to slither away, the bird would come back and try to get him. It was kind of cool. So one thing's for sure, this car when it was dumped was probably pretty complete. Let's take a little peek here. Wow, it still has the original pedals in it too. Take a peek at that. Nice. The original drive shaft. So that must have been to open the window, am I right? Yeah, you can see the little turn part right there, and then the front window would have opened. Wow, this is so cool. Floorboards are a little rusty, huh? So cool. We'll definitely get another shot from the other side. That's the other one right there. You can see where this would have definitely came out with that little dial. That's so cool. Imagine you can actually open the front windshield. I mean, about the only vehicle you could do that in today's day and age is the Jeeps, where you can flip them down. Let's get the other side and see what we got. Okay, that'd probably give it away. What could it be? Had a trailer hitch on it. Kind of reminds me of Chrysler. I know Chrysler had a lot of those split windows in the 40s. I need to figure out a way to get a photo of both cars. Be interesting to see how far we get with the other car, but check that out. Snakes here. Trim trailer hitch. Looks like it was a custom made one too. So you can see from the factory where they would have bonded these right here. So the roofs were probably came down and then they were probably tack welded. And then I watched so many videos on these, on how they made these cars. It's pretty crazy. I mean, how fast they could make these back then. I mean, they were pumping these things out like crazy. I was told there's 4 cars here. I don't see any other cars unless they're maybe on the way out. Because like I said, there's about another couple miles left on this walk. I mean, dude, even the rear shelf is gone. Oh, it's got suicide doors, guys. Heck yeah. Okay. See if we can get a... Pretty cool. Need to see if I think that's a Chevrolet. It looks like the grill says Chevrolet over there. But we'll definitely get a nice peek at it. I need to try to get some photos. Okay guys, there's a bee's nest in this, so we'll see how much we can film and get away with before we're chased off. But this is definitely a cool one. So this is definitely a late 40s Chevrolet. I can tell you that straight up. The grill is Chevrolet. If you look right there, it says Chevrolet. I'm pretty surprised this thing's pretty intact for where it's at. Usually most of these grills and the trim, that's the first thing that goes. All I know is I am not touching that hood or anything of that nature. Because if we do, we know what's going to happen. Yeah, you can, yeah, there's bees right back there. So guys, is this a fleet line? Because no, probably not, because I thought the fleet lines had a torpedo back to them. Because I do know in the late 40s they had a torpedo back, which I thought was a really cool car. I really liked those torpedo backs. Let's get to this. So the door handle is still there with the keyhole. Okay, don't be getting upset now. You can hear an airplane coming in for Phoenix. See what we can film from over here from a distance so I don't get stung 20 times. They may start to get a little agitated. It's a good thing about having a good zoom-in camera. Get around the other side. Let's try. Yeah, they're in there. It's a darn shame. I like the back window on the other car better. Has that nice little belt line trim around it as well. It's crazy how there's a giant boulder inside that. Sorry guys, I can't get any closer. It kind of sucks. I really wish I could. But I cherish my life. Hopefully you guys can pick some stuff out. Let's see if I can get a picture from up on the hill. That might be a good spot. Well, I think that's about it for that. I'll do an outro if I find some more cars or if I don't. So I'm gonna try to get some good pictures of this and such, but these are definitely two cool finds. Just think they came right off the top of the hill up there. So anyways, I'm gonna go take some pictures and I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, I made it out that canyon. Like I was actually leaving those cars, like leaving it, and I was like 120 feet away and they freaking started to come after me. I filmed the car right there and they never did nothing. Then as I'm walking up that hill, man, they were not happy. But anyways, I'm gonna head back to my car and I'm gonna go try to film another car. I know there's another car off a corner, like one of those, like a 30s car, 40s car, as well as some other stuff, but holy crap, I had to run up that hill. Yeah, they're right down there. Yeah, they were not happy bees. Anyways, I'm gonna head back to my car, get a drink of water real quick, and then move on up the road and see if I can get some other stuff. Appreciate you guys watching. Glad to still be alive and such with my cancer. I hope I can make it another year or two, but you know, you win some, you lose some. Life's the game. And I hope you guys have a great one and such, and peace.